And we're back at 9:16 on your Friday morning. The 9th annual GI Film Festival is returning to the district from May 18th through the 24th at the Angelica Film Center at Mosaic. It is the first in the nation to exclusively celebrate service members. And joining us today are the festival co-founders, local husband and wife team, Laura and Brandon Millett. Thank you both so much for coming in today, especially I know as things are winding down. I'm sure that you guys are crazy getting all your last-minute preparations in place.
I like to say it's like being in the locker room before kickoff, right? I mean, you just want this to get started. We're so excited. We love our lineup, and we have a great week in store, so we're happy.
So what can people expect if they come out?
Well, I think they can expect to be entertained and inspired and motivated. It's, you know, people come to us and they tell us that it's a life-changing experience to come to the GI Film Festival, and they mean it. And I think there's something about putting great movies on screen with celebrities and red carpets. Then you bring the real heroes into the room, and you throw a great party. Just magical moments happen, so that's what they can expect.
I think some people may not know what a film festival is, and it's not just watching a movie in a movie theater. It's coming in, and after the movie, being able to interact with the director and ask them about their choices they made, talking to the actors of the film, and meeting the real-life heroes that were portrayed in the film. And when all that comes together, it's a magical experience, and people are going to expect a lot of fun and a lot of entertainment this week.
And Brandon, like you said, I mean, getting to meet the real heroes that we're talking about here are men and women in uniform. This is the 9th year for this. How did the idea come about?
One Saturday morning over coffee, you know.
You seem like you've been asked this question a couple of times.
No, it's just, you know, it just happened so innocently. We were just having coffee one Saturday morning, and we were talking about how there were so many films coming out of Hollywood that were portraying GIs in a negative light. And Laura served in the U.S. military, in the U.S. Army, and she knew that those portrayals didn't reflect the character of the people with whom she served.
Right.
And I spent a lot of years in PR, and I thought this was an image problem that needed to be addressed. So we said, why not a film festival? We know how powerful film can be. And so we started the GI Film Festival, and it struck a chord. People wanted to see films about courage and honor and selflessness, and that's what we show. 65 of them going next week. 65 films.
65 films. Laura, what has the response been from our servicemen and women?
The response has been overwhelmingly positive. People are excited to see their stories on the screen. For the first time in many cases, we had one Vietnam veteran come up to us after a screening, and he said he cried for the first time since Vietnam because he saw his story on the screen. And it's been overwhelmingly gratifying for us, and it's been great for them. It's been therapeutic for the filmmakers. It's been therapeutic for the men and women in the military and for their families to be able to see these stories on screen. And
real quickly now, favorite film, favorite celebrities?
All right, so this is like asking us who your favorite kid is, right? But we will give you a few. Kajaki Friday night, don't miss it. This is a British film just nominated for a British Academy Award. It's like Lone Survivor meets The Hurt Locker in terms of intensity. You kind of watch it through your hands, but you're glad you did. So that's coming up on Friday night. It's about British soldiers who are trapped in a riverbed full of landmines. And then on Saturday, if you love like the Expendables action films, we've got a film called War Pigs. A ragtag unit goes behind enemy lines to fight the Nazis, and that stars Dolph Lundgren and Luke Goss and Mickey Rourke. So that's a fun film. So those are two I like to point out. I know you have
there's a few others that I want to point out. We have some veteran filmmakers, and this year, for the first year, we're having films that are not necessarily military related as long as they have a veteran director. And so we have this fun Korean mafia film called Ha Bing Chung about a person who gets involved in this, just happens to be in the area during a Korean mafia war, and what happens to him. We have another film called Day One about an interpreter on her first day of the job on a mission in Afghanistan where she gets into a bomb maker's house and she has to help deliver the bomb maker's wife's baby, and what happens to her. It's very intense, very thrilling, but really, really interesting.
So a little something for everyone,
Absolutely.
Really. Okay, so it's coming up May 18th through the 24th at the Angelica Film Festival, or Film Center at Mosaic.
Correct.
Thank you both, Laura and Brandon Millett, so much for coming in and talking with us, and best of luck next week.
Thank you so
much. Appreciate it.